The Pulse with Andy Blake, presented by Coca-Cola, Telecom Fiji, in association with Go Advertising, Jacks of Fiji, Love Our Locals, and supported by Fiji Airways, Fiji Link, Captain Cook Cruises Fiji, and Golden Point Resort.
Last week, I explored the beauty of the Yatuya Sours, from swimming in cave lagoons, hiking to walking golden sandy beaches. This week, we profile more of Fiji's postcard islands and showcase the beauty and uniqueness of our Yanuyanu. Over the season, I traveled to and visited some of the most breathtaking, postcard and idyllic islands all across the Fiji group. From the warm welcome of singing islanders in their dugout canoes in Kio Island to the mysterious and lush island of Vuongava in the Lau province. One thing was for certain, all of the islands I explored had a thing or three in common: the authentic and postcard appearance in its natural and beauty state. In this episode, I profile my favorite islands and highlight some of the attractions and uniqueness. This group of islands is unique in its own way and are garnished by some of the best beaches, turquoise-colored waters, white powdery sands to the colorful marine life in the surrounding reefs, a mecca for divers that wish to explore the underworlds of Fiji. And you will never tire from visiting these islands more than once. Experience the warm Bula spirit and smiles when you fly our national carrier to Fiji. For information on all international and domestic travel, visit www.fijiairways.com. And for more information about our beautiful islands, visit the official website of Tourism Fiji. Bula Vinaka, namaste and good evening. Welcome back to The Pulse with Andy Blake. I trust you're enjoying your evening from whatever part of Fiji you are joining me from on my TV and around the world across our Facebook Live and YouTube channel. Thank you for your company. Before the break, our Bula passport titled Yanuyanu, profiling some of the most idyllic islands across Fiji, locations that I've traveled to for content. My favorite being the islands of Vulanga in Lau, the most beautiful place on earth. Now for our Easterly segment, produced by the partnerships of the National Archives of Fiji and the Pacific Media Assistance Scheme, supported by the Australian government and implemented by ABC International Development, titled The Memory Project.
Originally, nomadic man who lived by hunting and food gathering had little impact on the environment, but gradually he began to alter the environment to suit his own wishes. Modern transport creates fumes and toxic gases. What is to be avoided at any cost is over-industrialization and other forms of unnecessary development. Governments must ensure that development takes place with minimum of environmental costs, and that preferences should be given to developing the use of renewable resources through sound management techniques.
This particular research is quite important because one of the great problems with coral reef ecology and looking at climate change and trying to understand how to protect them better is to have an idea of whether or not just preserving them in a beautiful place with lots of lovely fish and lots of invertebrates is going to be enough for climate change. And one of the sad factors that we are seeing coming through is that it's not enough, and that we're seeing that we have to actually understand that climate change is having an impact on the whole system. And one of the things that are being expressed is these corals are getting sick, and that's partly because the temperature is increasing and it's stressing the corals a bit, and that extra bit of stress means they're more susceptible to disease.
Talks about climate change almost makes us mad, because it's, you know, it's real for us, but to other people it's just a conversation that they keep having over and over.
I think some of our world leaders, being in that position, they don't really have a fair idea of what we are going through. It's raining again.
In Fiji especially, we say the vanua, like of the Fijians, we represent the vanua. And vanua translates to land, but in terms of it being wholesome, the vanua is your culture, the land, the sea, your people, and climate change, it threatens that whole thing. Yeah.
Don't want to be swimming around in my village a few years from now. Yeah. Hopefully don't want my kids to do that. Leave something for them behind.
We're lucky now. I mean, at least now we see some things maybe our children won't see. Like maybe, for example, in my mom's village, the chiefly burial grounds, it's like this on the shore. And we went back a few years ago, and my grandparents' graveyard almost gone. I mean, they left it there because they didn't know what climate change was. They didn't know it was a thing. But now that we do, it's just something that's really, really sad for me.
Bula, and welcome back to The Pulse with Andy Blake. I trust you are enjoying our show tonight. Before the break, our Easterly segment titled Climate Change and featured senior lecturer in marine science at the University of the South Pacific, Dr. Stuart Kinnenmoth, who traveled with a group of students to our old capital, Levuka, to undertake coral research. Now for our Vude segment, here is Savuto and his music video, Rasa the Rimba. Enjoy.
Nimbula, Niambula, now I come, my baby, sana, Niambula, now I come, my baby,
Savuto and one of his music videos and his hit, Rasa the Rimba, that also featured Fiji's Queen of Vude, Laisa Bula in our Vude segment to close our show this evening. I hope you enjoyed the entertainment tonight. Remember, you can watch our Bula Passport segments when you fly on all Fiji Airways international flights, and these can be found under the Explore section of In-Flight Entertainment. Don't forget to like and follow the Pulse with Andy Blake Facebook page and keep up to date with future episodes. I look forward to seeing you again next week right here on my TV. For now, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your evening. Wademanda.
The Pulse with Andy Blake, presented by Coca-Cola, Telecom Fiji, in association with Go Advertising, Jacks of Fiji, Love Our Locals, and supported by Fiji Airways, Fiji Link, Captain Cook Cruises Fiji, and Golden Point Resort.